the Disney adult thing is a real problem. It is. It's a huge problem. I don't think people understand how big of an issue it is. And it's not because of the Disney adults, it's because what it means. And there's also a lot of people that do the same thing.
If you walked around a Disney park today, you'd probably notice something strange, and you'd ask yourself, where are all the children? The Disney parks are now filled with adults getting drunk in bars, eating thousands of calories worth of snacks, TikTokers taking pictures in the women's bathrooms, and worst of all, putting themselves into massive amounts of debt to go to Disney parks. Disney parks are now filled with some of the most cringe individuals to walk the planet, also known as Disney adults. There's countless videos on YouTube which criticize Disney adults for the way they act like children and are really cringe. And while that's interesting to explore, and I'll definitely make another video on the cringe side, I want to look at Disney adults from another perspective. What is the financial cost of being a Disney adult? From over-consumerism, having to buy every single product Disney releases, every single...
Why are they all fat? Isn't that crazy?
Limited edition piece of merch, to the limited edition must-eat snacks to try at every park, and even the cost of just getting into the parks. How on earth do these people afford it?
This couple, they spent...
I knew this was going to come up. I knew it was going to happen. Here we go.
$21,000 in 1 month when they make $7,000 a month. They're obsessed with Disney. Lots of Disney adults are. They spent
$21,000 in a month? Oh my God.
$2,000 on Disney exclusive passes, and then went to Disney World, spent a lot of money on that. Then they're going to Disney World 2 times next month, and then 1 time in the summer.
That's a lot of money on Disney.
But unlike most lesbians, I think they're going to last forever, though, because they're on the same page.
Yeah.
And usually couples that aren't on the same page about money, that's where they divorce. Them, they're on the same page about wanting to ruin their lives for Disney.
Yeah, it's a page of debt.
Before we look at the insane costs of Disney, we need to take a step back and understand how the parks themselves got to be so expensive in the first place. 40 years ago, trips to Disney were easy and pretty affordable for the average family. All you have to think about was your ticket, a hotel if you want to stay for a few days, and whatever food you fancied eating at the park. Going to Disney today, however, is a totally different story. It's a stack of microtransactions that add up, leaving guests broke by the time they leave, checking their bank accounts and being horrified with the amount of money they've ended up spending. A Disney World ticket in 1971 cost $3.50, and if
Wait, it was $3.50? It was $3.50. That's 19. That's like what, 50 years ago?
inflation were the only factor, it would cost around $27 today. But now a one-day ticket starts at $189.
So it went from 27 bucks adjusted to inflation to 189.
Disney more expensive has been a key strategic goal by the company, conveniently amplified by the term Disney adult growing in popularity around 2015. The trend and term instantly became a meme, with people laughing at their own obsession with Disney. From bawling their eyes out from meeting their favourite characters.
Pooh, I've waited 30 years to meet you. Oh my god. I love you.
I hate this shit. I hate it. I hate it, bro. I hate this shit. So, I'm not sure if I'm ready.
To their insane
I'm so fucking tired of these fat, disgusting, greedy, ugly, weird millennials that can't stop thinking about being a kid, and so they want to make the entire world recreate their childhood. Instead of trying to provide that childhood for their own kids, they want to continuously be the kid themselves. It's the absolute perversion of the growth of the human and like the human life cycle and the human experience. Rather than trying to grow up and become a person, appreciate where you came from, and create that experience for the next generation, you have to constantly live inside of this weird, perverse, childlike, childish worldview that you have to look and pretend like you're recapturing your inner child. Listen, Kathy, you're 29 fucking years old. The only inner child you should have is the one whenever you're fucking pregnant. It's embarrassing. It's so sick. It's just so self-serving. It's destructive for society. I'm so tired of it. I am. I'm so tired of this shit. And guys do it too. They do it too. It's not just women, it's men too. It's just that men put up with it from women more, so you have more women doing it. I hate this shit. People say, oh, well, she's happy. That's the problem.
Sections of toys and Disney merch.
The girls that get
That
it, and the girls that don't.
is why I was going to make a joke about supporting terrorism.
There was one very important thing that Disney realized that these obsessive adult fans had that the kids do not, and that was money. As the parks expanded and people were willing to spend more, Disney piled on extra charges since 2016, and they didn't seem to be stopping. Dynamic pricing, paid parking, individual
Dynamic pricing is whenever they scam you. That's what it's called.
lane, Fast Pass Plus, paid ride reservations, special event reservations, dining plans, photo pass, all while removing free services like the free Fast Pass and the free airport transport services.
Fuck.
When you take a look at how these services increase the price so dramatically, it's actually pretty scary.
Isn't it so weird how you have people that, and again, like dynamic pricing, like, I mean, you look at this graph, obviously, like dynamic pricing makes sense. That's the problem.
Pricing works by increasing the price when there's more demand for
It's
a
so
ticket.
indulgent,
School
yeah.
holidays and peak times were at least double the price.
Like I feel like we have a big problem in general where indulgence is seen as it's like a cute thing that you do, and you have a culture of people that live inside of just doing this all the time. That's all they do. And it's like, you know, like self-care, like there's all the, like, it's like a whole like hog vocabulary where they have all these words for explaining why they're fucking why they're gluttonous, right? That's it.
The Fast Pass Plus also uses
yes.
dynamic
Treat
pricing.
yourself, therapy
so if the
talk.
park is extremely busy and the rides are popular, the price for the Fast Pass Plus will be too. Dropping $500 for a Fast Pass is genuinely insane, and it's only for one day too.
It's ridiculous.
It actually costs more than the ticket itself. But the sad thing is, because the parks are so busy, you pretty much have to buy the Fast Passes unless you only want to go on 3 or 4 rides and wait in queues for hours. From an English perspective, this concept is pretty insane. Like, yeah, we do have Fast Passes at UK theme parks, but you can get them for like £10 at parks like Thorpe Park and Alton Towers. And I get they might not be as busy as Disney World, but is it really worth the £500 difference? And I think it's worth mentioning that it's actually optional to have Fast Pass.
Well, it is worth it for them because they have a lot of money. Like, that's the problem, is like you have these people that have a lot of money and then or they go into debt, right? There's also that too. And they just don't care. Like, the thing is that all they do is they just think about getting what they want, and they never have, like, remember what I was telling y'all about how, like, remember that family of retards, that family of idiots, and they can't think more than 15 minutes ahead of time? This is the same thing. It's actually the same thing. Like, it's just it's the same impulse, different manifestation.
Passes at theme parks. Several European parks outright refuse to use them because from a moral perspective,
cringe.
They don't believe that you should be able to skip a queue because you're richer than some other person.
Yeah, it's cringe.
Or more willing to go into debt to get them. 2 European theme parks, Bellawed and Efteling, say that they don't offer fast passes because we don't wish to give anyone preferential treatment. To be honest, it is a complete money grab by Disney, so they can get more guests into the park and have a payable option to skip the queues. And because the queues are so long, buying a fast pass is just as important as buying a ticket now.
And by the way, look at that. Like, remember what they were talking about, how there are no kids? Look, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. All the rest is just adults. Really? Look at that. God damn.
Now, it's basically unavoidable if you want to spend more time on the rides and wait in the queues. All of these additional costs slowly add up, forcing guests to spend more without even realizing it, adding to their Disney debt. Even though the list of additional charges that Disney's added over the past 10 years are absolutely insane, there's something else that Disney has incorporated that changed the game forever. For over 40 years, you couldn't have alcohol at a lot of Disney's parks, with a few exceptions of course. But flash forward to now, and alcohol is one of the big reasons Disney adults come to the parks. Since this shift, it's clear Disney now caters to their adult fans, offering an absolutely insane variety of alcoholic drinks available available in all of the parks. But it's not just a few cocktails here and there, and they've even developed a famous drinking game in Epcot known as Drinking Around the World, where guests spend up to 6 hours on a bar crawl through 8 themed countries, each with a...
What a... Dude, how perverse. Like, you have this thing that's made for kids, and it's just been turned to a bunch of, like, fucking adults to just walk around and get drunk. I mean, this is just awful.
cocktail inspired by the place they're in.
This is your sign to get drinking around the world tattoos for it. Oh my.
We're gonna make it happen. Let's take a ride and spend the day in the countryside.
I think that, remember what I was saying about how, like, the word goyim completed my worldview? Like, I didn't realize that, like, there was, like, I had 99 pieces for my worldview. Goyim was 100. Like, the moment that I heard that word and I realized that, so then they, like, everything just made sense. It did. It made sense, bro. Like, financial advisors. Oh, my God. Talk about fishing where the fish are, right? What'd you expect?
Aside from the awful audio, you get the point here. Disney is catering more towards Disney adults, who have a lot more money to spend than the children. And as a quick side note, I really hope that tattoo was fake, because that is extremely embarrassing. But not only is this drinking game at Epcot great for getting people to spend over $200 on drinks alone if they complete the challenge, but selling alcoholic drinks is much more lucrative than sodas alone. A Coke or a juice for a child probably costs
This is the reason why I don't drink, by the way. This shit was expensive, bro. Like, we spent so much money on alcohol. Like, it was
$4, but a cocktail is closer to $20. The markup on these drinks is easy because the margins are so high. It definitely doesn't cost $20 to make a cocktail, but guests will happily pay for it
because
it's Disney themed. Serving alcohol also changes who comes to Disney and why. Instead of it being for kids' birthdays or special occasions for kids, it's now a place for adult-only holidays. And
bachelorette party? Dude, I'm just not. That's so, it's...
Or hen do's, or bachelor parties, I think, that my Americans...
How can we make this illegal? We should make this illegal somehow, right? Like, how we do that? Like, we gotta figure out a way.
Subscribers.
There's gotta be a way, right? Like, it's a kid's bar.
Yeah. Consumption in Disney, with one person saying, it went from being a family-friendly experience to being a mob of drunk, dehydrated, aggressive... who behave worse than hungry children. Alcohol also encourages guests to stay longer, spending more time in the bars and restaurants, conveniently buy more food. I don't know about you, but when I've had a drink, I get absolutely starving. And it seems like Disney knows this too. And what better way to take advantage of all those slightly buzzed or just straight up drunk guests than the largest selection of snacks in the world, littered across almost every path in the park.
Bet that shit's
At Disney,
too.
Trying the snacks are just as important as going on the rides.
Get a turkey leg? A turkey leg? That's a fucking... You seen how big a fucking turkey is?
Meeting the characters. The snacks are also ridiculously expensive.
How much?
Often between $10 to $20 for
$20 for this piece of shit?
one thing. And the most ridiculous thing that I found was literally a stick with one piece of bacon on it for $10.
And you see also, by the way, look at all that fat. Like, am I the only one, like... I get what y'all Muslims do. Because, like, I like, whenever I see this, I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, no, I see it.
Who's calling it?
Really?
Who's calling that shit?
It's nasty.
The snacks are already expensive, but slap a Mickey shape on there and you instantly pay more for just a shape.
Some basic theme park snacks
healthy
that
in
happen to
moderation.
be
I don't
Mickey
eat that.
shaped and then cost $5 million. You'll spend almost $8 on a Mickey pretzel that is just okay, so I recommend instead spending that money on the pepper jack pretzel at Cheshire Cafe. It's a warm pretzel stuffed with gooey pepper jack cheese, and it's just way more worth it in my opinion.
No, what were you dressed up as?
It's a warm pretzel stuffed with gooey pepper jack cheese, and it's just...
Oh my God. See, this is the problem right here, is like, you need to be doing this for your own kids. Not doing it and pretending like you're a kid. Like, that's what's so sad. It is. Like, you've worn worse. I have, but I did it for a joke. And so they can all vote. I know that. I know. We got a lot of work to do. We got a whole lot of work to do.
It's way more worth it in my opinion. 2, Mickey bars are obviously iconic, but they're $6 for a basic chocolate ice cream bar. So instead, you can get a fresh single scoop of ice cream at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor with Mickey ears for $4.99.
But it's not
It's the difference of $1. That's like $1. Like you're talking about spending $5 or $6 for an ice cream cone, and you want to act like the $1 difference. Oh wow, I'm saving money. Like it's not even a big deal.
just 1 or 2 snacks that guests are having in the parks, as they're often spending over $50 on just snacks alone, and not even considering the main meals that they'll be having throughout the day.
This is a work of art. This is a work of art.
Corn dog nuggets is $10.
This is a
Gideon's Bakehouse cookie, that's $6.
work of art.
That seems like that's okay.
This is a work of art.
That's crazy. That $8.29 for some fucking strawberries? Some strawberries in a waffle? Can't you get this at IHOP for like $3?
This is a work of...
You look at, honestly, look at that hand. Look at that wrist. No visible bone structure from the wrist. No visible bone structure from the hands either. See that? Now, I know what that is. You know what that... We all know what that is. That's right.
Of art.
That's $7. That's not so bad.
This is a work of art.
That's crazy. That should not be $10.
Couples going to the parks together will often be spending over $100 every day just on snacks, as it's just simply too much to try. Disney creates FOMO over snacks, calling them must-try.
Oh no, they don't create FOMO over snacks. No, bro, like these is these hogs sitting on TikTok all day creating the FOMO over snacks. I'm not gonna blame that on Disney. Like I think that like really like Disney is like they should get rid of that alcohol, like selling alcohol at a kids park. Like, what are we doing, right? Like that's so degenerate. But like this, I mean, this is honestly just like fatties that can't stop eating, right? That's it.
To create scarcity, and they often change seasonally. Once they're gone, and they don't come back.
Yeah.
So if guests are there,
It's
they
like gotcha
feel like
games.
they need to try it all there and then. They're obviously all themed
That why
too,
they're
so
fat?
Disney adults need to try them because the food is from their favorite shows. Who cares if they can't afford it? They can just use the credit cards to buy them. As we're talking about Disney adults, it wouldn't
His Plaza ice cream. Look at this here. An all-American sundae is $9. Really, look at that. Like that's crazy. Hot fudge is the ice toppings are $1. That's crazy. A double scoop ice cream cone is $7. Oh my God.
feel right to not mention the plus-size park hoppers.
Jesus Christ.
And they're just as popular for their food recommendations as they are for their controversial If I Fit, I Sit videos.
If
which
I fit, I sit.
I have covered before on the channel.
I guess they're
Hey
probably
everyone,
not doing a
we're
lot of
plus
sitting.
size park hoppers, and this is everything we ate in a day as plus size best friends at Disney's Magic Kingdom. We started our day by having lunch at the Plaza restaurant on Main Street. We find that the food tastes better than any of the quick service options available at Magic Kingdom, and it's pretty affordable too. Katie started off with the Plaza loaded fries, which can be made gluten-free. These come with melted cheddar,
You really care about that.
bacon, green
Wait a minute. So hold up real quick. That's $15? You could get the Baconator fries at Wendy's for like $3.70. I can count the amount of fries.
onion and spicy
That's
sour
nothing.
cream. Ashley and I both got the triple-decker turkey club sandwich. This sandwich is
$20 for that. Like, I mean, that's not bad, but it's not good. Like, that's just your typical, like, you know, upscale restaurant. Like, that's not so bad.
It's really good, and it's our go-to every time we go. We also thought that the portion was pretty big for the price. Katie got the Chipotle barbecue pork sandwich with a gluten
$17, like that's all right.
free bun. And for dessert, she had a strawberry milkshake.
She got dessert. Right.
Later on that day, Katie got the Aurora cone, but without a
more food. I'm starting to notice pattern here.
cone to make it gluten-free from Storybook Treats.
$6.
And Ashley and I split the candied bacon skewer from Westward Ho. This was the perfect combination of salty and sweet, and also who doesn't love a snack on a stick? Before we left the park, we were thirsty for ice cream, so Katie had
Wait, how many ice cream? Is that 3 or 4 ice creams in one day? Like 3?
headed over to Aloha Isle and got the coconut pineapple Dole Whip. Then Ashley and I headed over to the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. We each got the All-American Sundae, which is one of our favorite sweet...
Dude, you can get that at McDonald's for like, I think it's like $2.70? They used to be $1.
treats in Magic Kingdom. If you're a fan of chocolate and peanut butter,
$2
then this is the
Buckarooskies?
ice cream for you. When we got back to Saratoga Springs, we headed to the Artist Palette for dinner. Ashley and I both got the shrimp with green beans and mashed
No way you bought that shit in a box for that. That's crazy. Like, that is a ridiculous amount of money to spend on. Like, you got rinsed.
potatoes, which was pretty
Like,
good.
the only way that would be worth it is if it was made by, like, a fucking Michelin star chef. Other than that, like, what? Why are they all fat?
For a quick service dinner.
Well, I
Katie
guess we've been hearing about why. Never mind.
got the chicken and rice bowl, but we accidentally forgot to record it. And then we ended our night
Oh,
in
wait, so there was something else you ate, you didn't even think about, oh, wow.
the hot tub.
Focusing just on what Katie eats, because she is one of the biggest people there, and I'm not trying to bully her, but she eats nearly 5,000 calories worth of food and snacks at the park in a single...
No, real quick, Craig, real quick. That's what she says she ate. And you know, and I know, and everybody knows that is the probably tip of the iceberg.
Day, not even including what she'll have been eating before or after the video. This food came to over $50 as well, which is just so expensive for one day, especially with the majority of it being from snacks. Now, I totally agree, when you're at Disney, you should eat whatever you want, because it's a treat and you probably won't go again for a few years. I mean,
I hope not. Yeah, no, it's not a big deal. You want to eat a couple of snacks, but like, god damn, that's a lot.
Even I did a 10k calorie challenge, and I won't be doing one again anytime soon. But the plus size park hoppers seem to be going to a park every week. This isn't cheap, nor is it healthy. Now, the plus size park hoppers do have
Whoa, wait a minute. Oh my god. 5 plus size friends. If I fits, I sits in the audience. So basically, remember what I said before about how fat people it's all about how they like to take up space? Remember how I told y'all about that? I said, like, you know, a lot of like what they do is they're just used to taking up a lot of space.
size park hoppers do have a social media presence, so they might be able to afford this. But normal Disney adults are doing this too. They're going to Disney way more than they can afford and eating way more than they can afford to. They're so consumed by Disney that they totally let themselves go wild and have no boundaries when it comes to indulging and consuming whatever they want. Whether it's food, merchandise, or going to the parks multiple times a year. And for all of these reasons that we've looked at, it's no wonder why so many people have gone into debt just to be able to go to Disney. 45% of guests with young children have gone into debt to be able to go to Disney. And 24...
I'm going to say real quick, going into debt to take your kids to Disneyland, I will be infinitely more supportive of that than going into debt to take yourself to Disneyland. Like, you want to make sure your kids have a good childhood. They get to grow up and remember a good experience. Yeah, you probably shouldn't do it, but you're going to do it. I get it. But this totally is that's a mountain and a molehill.
4% of adults with no children have gone into debt to go to Disney.
That's the problem right there.
and it's rising too, as stats are up 33% from the same survey in 2022. From the posts that I've seen, part of the magic of Disney...
And real quick, the memories are worth the debt for most parents, see? That's fine. It's totally fine. It's okay.
From the same survey in 2022. From the posts that I've seen, part of the magic of Disney is also going into debt. It's joked about like it's funny, like it's cooler to be in debt than not. Like it's some sort of badge of honor to say, I went into debt so I could go to Disney. They act as if Disney's some friendly corporation who's happy to lend you the money, and they like to pretend that it's not an entity that would send the bailiffs when you ultimately miss a payment. I think a huge part of this is caused by the childlike nature of Disney guests.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. See, as I was saying, being a video.
Why they feel entitled to go. It's like a form of therapy for them. Many Disney adults explain their obsession with Disney as being a result of not having a proper childhood.
That's right. That's always what it is. That's it. Yep, Disney. Yeah, it's just so sad.
And that's true. There's many children who grew up in households that couldn't afford to go to Disney, or they had some sort of trauma. But that shouldn't be worth going into thousands of dollars of debt for.
I hate it. I truly hate it when the credit card debt is worth it.
It's my favorite backpack ever.
The worst part about this TikTok video is the number of comments supporting the creator, encouraging each other.
That's the word I use. The inner child. See? I told y'all this is exactly what the problem is right here.
To continue to...
That's all girls. Except for you, Jake, you fucking idiot, you ball retard.
Go into debt to solve their childhood traumas. This healed my inner child. This would cure my depression. The best thing is you're making memories and enjoying life, so he is worth what you paid. Hope you had a good time, that is all that matters. Maybe it's just me, but I don't see how seeing a person in a suit in real life would cure your trauma. You'd be much better off seeing a therapist.
Well, it doesn't work. Here's how you know it doesn't work. Because they keep coming back. Why they keep showing up if it cured it? Just think about it for 3 seconds.
Not just people who are going into debt specifically because of Disney. Many Disney adults are still choosing to go when they are already thousands of dollars in debt.
Trips are coming up.
So,
please don't tell me trips are coming up.
Well, I've been trying to plan a Disney cruise.
Oh, that's insanely expensive.
I know.
That? How much is that going to cost?
Well,
how much is that going to cost?
For the weeks that I needed to go. So it had to be specific because he can't get off work. He has shut down on 2
Now, she got nose ring. She does.
Weeks a year. So the price for the week we needed to go was going to be $8,000 for the cruise.
Oh my! That is a month of your income, lady.
So she making Wait a minute. So she makes $8,000 a month. And how you have money problems? You make that's $96,000 a year. What are you talking about? What are you talking about money problems for?
You want to control the money because you cannot trust him, so that you guys can pay off debt, so that you can get married. That is what you open this conversation with. You. That is not the truth. That is both. That is both. That is both. That is both.
I get wanting to go on expensive holidays. I really do. But the best thing you can do instead is to be financially stable first. If you absolutely need to get away, there are so many things you can do for cheap. At least from in the UK, I can go somewhere in Europe for less than £500. I know America's a bit different, but there are definitely cheaper places to go than Disney. And to put it into perspective just how expensive Disney trips can get, this guy spent over 30 grand to take his entire family to Disney.
We stayed here for a little over a week and it was about 30 grand.
Did you use any debt to pay for that trip?
No, we had savings that we had.
Which resort?
All sport. All inclusive was the way to go for us. I took 5 grandchildren and all their parents.
I'm no Disney.
Absolutely, totally, 100% fucking based. Completely fucking based. You saved the money. You didn't go into debt. You're taking your grandchildren and also, logically, their parents, that would be your children, to Disney World. That right there is like a man's dream come true. And like the thing is that how do you own about 3 homes? Because he probably works. That's the thing, because he has a job. I can't believe the waste of... See, isn't that crazy that, like, this man tries to provide a... Because he's not super old, right? And so, like, his grandkids are probably, like, under 10. He tries to have a great experience for his multi-generational family. And he's getting crashed out on in the comments. Meanwhile, you have these hogs gassing each other up to eat more snacks. There's something that's fundamentally wrong. It's wrong on a profound level.
The expert, but people in the comments of this video point out that the All-Star Sports Hotel is actually the worst one. So it's not that they're getting the luxury experience from that 30 grand. If you've got the money to burn, sure, spend this much. But the fact that ordinary people with regular jobs are trying to be on the same level is just insane to me. It's no surprise people have to go into debt to afford this. On Caleb Hammer's financial audit, a Disney adult couple joined the show to talk about their insane debt and why they still
watch this.
Choose to go to Disney despite this.
You spent $1,000 on just being at Disney on here.
And they're all my age, by the way. Keep this in mind. This is really important to keep in mind, is that it's really, this is a millennial problem. Like, these girls are probably, like, I don't know how old they are, but they probably, like, I don't know, like the 30s, right? Something like that. Like 42. Yeah, no, they're around my age. It's all millennials. It's all millennials. Like, that's where the problem comes from. It's from my generation that's the problem.
$1,000 just on the Disney crap.
I mean,
for a day, for 1 day, $1,000 for a day, guys. You make $7 a month net, and you blew through a seventh of it in a day. Unacceptable. Missing our student loan.
Look at the white girl's face. Look at her. Look at that lip movement. See that? You see. You know you're retarded. You know you're retarded. But for some reason, you can't stop being retarded.
Missing our student loan payments, i.e. the money you borrowed, federally backed, subsidized.
No, really.
From us, the taxpayers, you know, these ones right here.
Yeah.
Us, you're not paying it back, but you're going to Disney?
Well, we're going to pay it back. When I get our next paycheck.
Maybe we'll see that. Are you?
So if you are already a lot of money in debt, then obviously that clearly isn't what's happening, right?
And have a bonus trip to Disney because there's a hidden relative's birthday you didn't know about.
Well, next month both trips we're going on. We're going with other people. So
Two trips in 1 month. 2 trips 1 month.
We've already committed to splitting the hotel with them.
Yeah, call them and say, oh, wait, I forgot that I'm literally a poor.
These girls are so
Call them and tell them I'm poor and cancel your fucking trip. That's right. Yeah. All these chicks think about is trips. Well, you want to know why they think about trips all the time? Yeah, I'll tell you the reason why. The reason why is because they spend all of their time on social media. And social media tells them that if they're not going on these trips, they're missing out on life experiences that they're not going to be able to get back. So you have this heavy FOMO environment and it's also that these girls are shaming each other. You know that there's like PvP that's going on where they say like, oh, well, my husband or my boyfriend took me to this, or I was able to go to this. And some other girl says like, well, I wasn't able to do this. And then they start shit testing their boyfriend about like, would you take me somewhere? Like, no, I don't want to go, but like, would you take me? And it's like, it's like just, it's so toxic and there are so many levels to it. And it's like goyim bait, as I said, bro, like that word completed my entire worldview. That's all it took. Like it validated me so much. That's why I want to do that DNA test to see if I'm actually Jewish. Because that's how much that word viscerally connected to me. Was that word promised to me 3,000 years ago? With how much I think it? Maybe. Maybe. Does it turn this fucking thing on?
Delusional that they think going to Disney is more important than getting out of debt. That they even add to it. Debt is no joke. And people like this tend to forget that. It can ruin your life. They can lose their houses, their cars, their entire livelihoods. And in this case...
Well, the thing is, like, there are ways that you can get out of debt, but they're too dumb to know them.
all to go to Disney. Even for people who try to just avoid going into debt just to visit the parks, Disney has created new schemes to entice them to. In this video, a woman shares her story of how she was essentially duped into a points-based scheme at Disney that ended up leaving her with significant debt.
This is part 3 of how we got into massive debt, and this is one of my
how
most
I got into $128,000 of debt and how it's not my fault. Wow. What a surprise.
Embarrassing debts that we have. A few years ago, our family took a trip to Disney and we impulsively purchased the Disney Vacation Club. And we did so by financing it. If you don't know what the Disney Vacation Club...
So that's a euphemism. You went into debt to buy a Disney vacation pass. That's what you did. You went into debt. You spent money you didn't have to go to Disneyland.
DVC is. It's kind of like a timeshare for Disney World, except instead of having one specific resort or specific weeks of the year that you get to use it, it's a point system. You buy a certain number of points, and then those points can get redeemed at any DVC resort any time of the year that they have availability. Okay. That means you can end up staying at Disney World properties, Disneyland properties, and they also have other DVC resorts like in Hawaii and in Europe, so it definitely provides like a lot of opportunity to travel. Now, with that being said, this is a very bougie luxury purchase that we had no business making. There were some incentives when we purchased, so the total cost of financing was around $27,000. Now, was this stupid? Yes, I know that. But I promise you, our hearts were in a good place, but like our financial literacy...
Your brain wasn't.
...was zero.
Financing 27 grand worth of Disney is just absolutely insane to me. That could pay for...
$27,000. You spend $27,000 to go to Disney. That's crazy.
A house deposit or even multiple cars. There's so many things that you could do with that money instead of buying a Disney holiday. And the worst part about all of this is that Disney adults 100% support each other. If they're all in debt together, there's no judgment. Disney is such an all-encompassing entity with so much to buy that many Disney adults can go into debt without even having to go to the parks. They spend thousands on limited...
I think my Disney ear collection is complete. I won't be buying anymore. Yeah, I don't believe that.
Edition merch, collectibles, and literally anything with Disney printed on it. This really is overconsumption at its finest. I can't help but stare at all those Mickey ears and wonder what else could have been bought instead. They're not cheap either, around $50 each.
$50 for this? Really?
Each. And I'm no Disney expert, I might be after this video, but I'm sure that the ears are bought to be worn in the parks. So does this create a plan on going to Disney over 100 times to wear each pair at a different time? I don't...
Probably, yeah.
No. There are so many Disney adults who have an absolutely insane amount of merch too. I don't want to be too judgmental, but at this point it just seems like hoarding. You don't do anything...
I want to be judgmental. I do. I think it's pathetic. I think people, instead of wanting to start families of their own, they want to become eternal children. Like, I won't lie. Like, I thought it would be cool maybe to go to like that Super Nintendo land. Like, that'd be cool. Like, if I was in the area, maybe I'd go to that if I went there with my friends or something. But like, I mean, this is on another level. It is. It's another level. And even that, I would feel kind of silly doing it, right? Is Peter Pan syndrome? Exactly.
With any of this, it's just stuff. It's not like other collectibles, like Warhammer figures maybe, that people spend lots of time painting or having hundreds of books to read. It's just stuff. A lot of Disney merch can only be bought at specific parks too, not online or in any stores outside the parks. So there's an exclusivity of that makes it so much more popular. Ultimately, I can understand why parents want to take their kids to Disney even though they're in debt, but there are ways to make it cheaper. They can stay off-site instead of the park hotels to make it cheaper, bring some of their own food and drinks, and maybe even stay for a shorter time. But Disney adults, I think if you have so much debt already and will be going into more debt just to go to Disney, I just don't think it's worth going, to be honest. Now, I know this video is pretty finance heavy, so if you want me to react to more of the sort of cringe side of Disney adults, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to watch my full video on the plus-size park hoppers, click the video on your screen now. Follow my Instagram at BigCraigYT, subscribe to my main channel and my compilation channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I mean, obviously, like, I'll be real, guys. Like, I don't understand how people can do this themselves. I really don't. Like, I think it's so embarrassing to see this, right? Not a bad video. Yeah, I like the video. I mean, I watched Big Craig's videos a number of times before, man. I have. Fuck them, they're cattle that deserve to be farmed, mentally ill people. Well, what I'm saying is that, like, the only thing that I have that's negative to say about Disney about this whole thing is that, like, y'all charge way too much money. It's not affordable, number one. And number two, stop selling alcohol at a kid's park. Like, maybe I'm being fucking too conservative or too, like, traditional with this, but I just think that's weird, man. Like, I don't like the idea that people that are drunk are... Like, I don't think kids should be seeing that. I don't want kids seeing a bunch of drunk adults fucking around with each other, right? Like, I don't think that's... I don't think that's appropriate. It's not the word. Like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, I don't feel that way at all. They're farming the lifestyle people, just like how D&D and WoW pivoted to them. Yeah, exactly. And it's just really weird, man. Well, I hear you, but they serve alcohol at Applebee's. That's totally different. It's a completely different thing. It's a completely different situation. It's a restaurant. It's totally, totally different. It's not like Disneyland, Disney World. I mean, this is supposed to be for, like, kids. And you've got people going and doing this. Like, I mean, this is crazy. Like, it really is. And, like, I think that's really the main problem that a lot of these people have. I don't even want to look at that. It's fucking nasty fucking, like... I don't want to look at that either. I don't want to look at that. Okay, all right, that should be fine. So, and it's just there's something about this to me where it's just so sad, bro. It's so sad that you have all these people that feel like they had a broken childhood, which in my opinion, I bet if you go back, it probably wasn't that bad. But they basically want to rationalize and justify why they have to, like, try to reclaim and re-experience these things as an adult that they were supposed to experience in their mind because of a kid, because they were a kid. Like, and like, I remember my dad would tell me that, you know, like, the way that he would do that is that he says, well, you know, if I ever had my own son, I would make sure that he would get to do the things that I wanted to do whenever I was a kid with my dad. So, like, whenever I was a kid, my dad took me to, like, you know, fucking Port Aransas and, like, other places like Galveston and shit. And, like, we would go out fishing and, like, you know, we go and do other crazy shit. We go out hiking and everything else like that. And, like, that's what we would do, right? And, like, you know, like, I would paint the house with my dad, right? And shit like that. And so it's just the inversion where when you have this feeling is not extroverted outward to how can I make the world a better place so more people don't have the same experience that I did. It's more, how can I undo my experience? And it's more of what I said. It's the gluttonous, self-referential, indulgent lifestyle that so many young, primarily millennial people have that I think is just destructive and disgusting. Like, you shouldn't, like, there's a perversion of the natural progression of the human experience that you have more people that want to become children again rather than have their own children. And I think that fundamentally there's a huge problem there. There's a huge fucking problem. Reward yourself. It's a little selfish. Yeah, exactly, right? And it's just, Premier Chen said the same thing. He said the line of redemption where he wants his kid to have the childhood he didn't get to have. Yeah, I mean, exactly. You're basically disgusted by base consumerism. Yeah, I am. I think it's gross. I think it's pathetic. It's indulgent. Like, in general, like, this is like a value that I have in, like, a general sense, is that when I feel like a person can't control their own inhibitions and their own desires, I think of them as less than a person. Like, whether this is an addiction, whether it is a fixation, whether it's another form of pathology, whatever it is, like, if somebody can't control themselves, I think that really, you know, and I'd say it makes you like an animal, but even you can get a dog, you can train a dog to do this, right? And so, like, I can't, like, if you can't control yourself, are you really a human being? And, like, you know, I have my answer to that. You know, so that's the way that I look at it. Yeah, I mean, overall, like, I just feel like the indulgence of this is just very unhealthy and it's weird. I'm gonna link y'all the video, give it a like.